Good evening, San Diego, and welcome back. With the new year right around the corner, Dr. Sanjay Barraj says reclaim your health in 2024. So what does that mean? Preventional cardiologist Dr. B joins us now to explain. Good evening, Dr. B. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. We appreciate you joining us holiday week. And I was reading about you. You do general cardiology. You treat people with chest pain, blood pressure issues, and perform procedures. So the new year is fast approaching. So what does that mean to reclaim your health?
Well, thanks for having me. And I think the big thing about Reclaim Your Health is what I want to do is empower patients to start taking over their health care. I think too much people just kind of rely on their doctors for everything. And if I take a medicine for this or I take a medicine for that, then I'll be okay. But in fact, I think the patient or the doctor of the future is really the patient. And my aim in 2024 and beyond is to really empower the patients, empower you to take over your health using diet and lifestyle and sleep and stress management to become the best you that you can possibly be.
I like that. So lifestyle, diet, and stress management. Let's start with stress management. Going to the new year, what advice do you have for all of those who are a stress case?
Yeah, I think particularly this time of year, emotions get high. And so the first thing I tell people is be nice to yourself, right? You would never be as mean to other people as the voices are inside your head to you. Imagine if all of those thoughts that you think about yourself, you said them to your 6-year-old niece or nephew or daughter. That would never fly, right? So give yourself some grace, give yourself some breathing room, and understand that life isn't going to be perfect, right? You can do the best you can, and that's probably more than enough.
And you being a preventional cardiologist, how does stress impact your health?
Yeah, stress, if there was one thing that we could get rid of and probably 90% of the world's health illnesses would go away, stress would be it. But that's just not what adulting is about, right? You can't be a grown-up without having some sort of stress in your life. So what we can do is change the way we react to stress, how it affects us, rather than changing the actual things that cause us stress in life. So you know what? Take a deep breath, relax. In my program, Well12, I talk a lot about breath work and mindset and how we can change our approach to life to not get so bogged down with everything that life throws at us all the time.
And how can we reclaim our health by focusing on a better diet?
Yeah, so most people don't realize how much diet affects our brain. There's a significant connection between what happens in your gut and what happens in your brain. And we've all been there, right? You eat a really full meal and what happens? You feel tired, you feel gross, you don't want to do anything afterwards. Whereas sometimes you'll have a meal and you feel energized. So inside of my program, Well12, we really focus on those foods that help reduce your body's inflammation and get you feeling at your peak so that you can continue to just engage in life at the top of your game.
And every time I think about a new year, I think of a restart. So focusing on a positive lifestyle as well.
Yeah, so the energy of this week, right, is amazing. That between Christmas and New Year's, we've got nothing but time to think about what we want in the next year, right? And that old adage says, you know, failing to plan is planning to fail. So this is a great time to set resolutions, but not just big ones like I want to get healthier. What does that mean to you? How am I going to do that? I want to run a 5K for the 4th of July. I want to lose 10 pounds before St. Patrick's Day, whatever it is. Make your goals measurable so they're not just resolutions like I want to learn a new language, but I'm going to learn a new language by February because I'm going on a trip in March, right? So we want to make them specific and measurable and things that you can actually obtain.
Well, it's great to get some tips from a cardiologist. And before we go, how are you going to reclaim your health for the new year?
Well, that's always a work in progress. You know, I really focused this year on my wellness, my deep breathing. I'm here in the yoga studio at Lifetime Fitness here in La Jolla because this is really kind of my Zen area. So rather than focusing on lifting heavy weights or running miles and miles, I'm focusing more inward on my own stress. And it's been a remarkable journey for me.
Well, I feel better already just getting some tips on how to reduce that stress for the new year. Dr. B, thank you so much and Happy New Year.
Hey, thanks for having me. And if you're interested in learning more, go to Well12 Health and I will be there for you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here.